In this lesson, we will be drawing graphs to represent functions. So functions can be represented in many different ways. You can show them on a table or show them on a flow diagram, or you could actually show them as just numbers following each other in a number pattern. But a function can also be represented graphically. I'll show you how the graph of Tn is equal to 2n minus 1 can be drawn. Remember that n represents our input values and Tn represents our output values. I want us to also remember that we can use x for input values and then use y for output values. And so if you want, instead of using Tn, you can use y. And instead of using n, you can use x. And that is the same equation there as Tn is equal to 2n minus 1. So x should be our input value and y is the output value. Let us get a few points so that we can use these to draw. Remember, first of all, n is a natural number, which means n can only be equal to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 and so on. This is what I want us to do for this particular question. I want us to define n as a natural number. So the values of x that I want us to take for this example will be just the natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. I think 4 points will be enough. So we draw our table like that. And we want to know what y is when x is equal to 1, and when x is equal to 2, when x is equal to 3, and when x is equal to 4. And to achieve that, we just need to substitute into that function there. So let's do the first one. When x is 1, y will become 2 multiplied by 1, subtract 1, and that should give us an answer of 1. So when x is 1, y is equal to 1. What about when x is 2? Now x is equal to 2. If you simplify that, you should get 3. And when x is equal to 3, we should get an answer of 5. Then when x is equal to 4, that will give us y equal to 7. So these are just the first 4 terms of the function. And we are going to draw or to plot those points on the grid that is given below. So what we get from this table are 4 points. The first point that we get is x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 1. So these are coordinates. So there is point 1, 1 from the first pair. From the second pair, we have x equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. And then next we have x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 5. And finally there we have x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 7. So we just need to take those points now and put them on the grid. You will need some grid paper like this one in order for you to draw this. Right. We always start from the origin. This point here, 0, 0, is called the origin. And that means if you want to know where point 1, 1 is, you will need to move from that point 0, 0. You move 1 along the x, followed by 1 along the y. It will look something like this. So starting from 0, 0, you will move 1 along the x, followed by 1 along the y. So you end up here. I won't be drawing those lines because they will make my work look clumsy. I just wanted you to see how we do the movements. So for 2, 3, again we start from 0, 0, which is the starting point. Then we go 2 along x, followed by 3 along y. And that will end us somewhere there. The next point says move 3 along x, followed by 5 along y. So you will end up here. And the other point is 4 along x and 7 along y. And you will end up there. Now, we cannot join these points using a ruler because we are using natural numbers for the values of x. So when x is 1, y is 1. And so we just need 1 point there. When x is 2, y is 3. So we are not interested in anything between x equal to 1 and x equal to 2. And this is all because of the way we defined our function. We said we want n to be a natural number. So we are counting in steps of 1. So anything in between 1 and 2, we don't count. That is why we cannot join these points using a ruler.